Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Adam Winch here with Defenders USA, here to bring you another fantastic drill from us here at Defenders. So this one is going to be the moving B8 drill. Now, if you watch our channel, you saw about a month or so ago I posted the static B8 drill. This time it's the moving B8 drill. So you can see the B8 target back here. Let's bring it in. I want you to see it's a clean target. Okay, so it's a nice clean target here, and I've already notated on here what's going to happen. What's going to happen is I'm going to shoot at this upper left B8 at 25 yards. There's a par time of 15 seconds, and I'll be shooting 5 rounds from concealment. Then, once that's done, oh, by the way, when I shoot this, I got to shoot 5 rounds. I have to shoot at least the last 2 while in movement, from the 25 to the 15. I can shoot all in movement if I want to, but I have to at least shoot the last 2. So I could draw fire 3 and then do the last 2 in movement, and we're shooting at a B8. So everything in here means that if it's in the 8 ring, it's 8 points. If it's in the 9 ring, it's 9 points. If it's in the 10 ring of the X ring, it's 10 points. And since I'm shooting 5 rounds, there's a possibility of total of 50 points. If it goes in the 7 ring or outside that, it's 0 points, nothing counts at all, okay? And we're gonna score each one. Now, I've got to do it in a par time of 15 seconds, which seems like a lot of time when you're doing this, but it's actually hard because it messes with your head. Then we're gonna move to the 15 yard. I've got 10 seconds to fire 5 rounds. At least the last 2 have to be in movement. The first 3 can be stable, but at least the last 2 have to be in movement, and it'll be anywhere between the 10 yard line and the 15 yard line and the 10 yard line that I can shoot while I move, and it has to be in movement the last 2 rounds. Now, at any one of these stages, you can shoot the complete thing in movement if you want to, but you have to at least shoot the last 2 in movement. Then we're gonna move to the 10 yard line, and I have 5 seconds to fire 5 rounds, at least the last 2 in movement. Then the 7 yard line with a 3-second par time, the last 2 at least in movement, if not the whole thing. Then I'll move to the 5 yard line. I've got a 2-second par to draw and fire 5 rounds with at least the last 2 in movement, if not the whole thing. And then going to the 3 yard line, I have 1.8 seconds to draw and fire the gun. Now on the 3 yard line, I'm gonna be moving laterally, moving off the line, but everything else will be moving towards the target, okay? So think of these are more offensive movements till you get to 3 yards, then it's more defensive movements you're getting out of the way. And of course, we'll total up the scores and total up the time on everything. All right, I'm gonna take the camera all the way back to 25, and I'm gonna set this camera up on the target so you can see what's actually going on. I'm gonna set the camera closer to the 15 so you can see me shooting. You'll see what happens on the target. So I'll be starting on a randomized shot clock. Once I press the button, it goes off between 1 second to 4 seconds, so I can't game it. Let's just see what happens here. This will be 5 rounds, 15 seconds. 5 rounds, 15 seconds. Okay, here we go. On the beat, stand by. Okay, so I had a lot of time. I didn't play that one well. So that was 10.07 seconds. I hope you guys can see that. 10.07 seconds. There you go. So let's go see what the impacts were. So I don't feel like I did very well on that one, but let's take a look at it. Okay, so that was a total of 10.07 seconds. So I had 5 more seconds to play through with this one. So I'm down 2 because in the 8 ring, down 3 because 1 in the 9 ring. Everything else is the 10 ring. So that would be 47 out of 50. 47 out of 50. So now we're going to the 15 yards. I have a 10-second par time. 10-second par time. So I'm starting at the 15 on the beep, moving to the 10, which should be somewhere about here. All right, here we go. I have 10 seconds. 10 seconds. I got a lot of holes here. So I have 10 seconds to do this. All right, going to the top right B8. Here we go. Stand by. Oh, I think I almost threw that one. It's inside, but barely. So 7.39. 7.39. Let's take a look. That last shot was bad because I fired while I was stepping at the same time. And so the gun dipped. Now, thankfully, that last shot's on the inside, but barely. Talk about barely. All right, so I'm down 2, down 4. This is in the 9 ring, touching it, so down 5. Everything else is the 10 ring. So that's a 45 out of 50, and par time was 7.39. All right, so now we're heading to 10 yards. I have 5 seconds. 5 seconds. So the camera is set up somewhere beyond the 7-yard line. So you should see the movement. 3, 5, 7, 10. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is Adam Winch with Defenders USA. Welcome to one of our videos, but I want you to see who it's sponsored by. One is sponsored by Haven Defense Co. or havendefenseco.com. Haven Defense is run by Brent and Marissa Hickman, and they're some of my dearest friends, and they have a small business in Colorado, and they make these holsters and holster accessories full-time. Right out of their own home. They have their own shop, and this is what they do. I think it's some of the very best holsters in the world. And look at this cool one. This is one he just sent me, and I've started using it. I love this thing. My other one I'm going to be using today is another one of his, but it's Haven Defense CO. Another sponsor of ours today is H&K. H&K. I'll be shooting today from my H&K VP9, and this thing's got some real miles on it, right? I've probably put close to 100,000 rounds through this handgun, but this is an H&K VP9, and this video is brought to you by H&K. Go buy H&K. Incredible stuff. Go buy Haven Defense Co. Fantastic holsters. Here we go. I have 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Stand by. I almost threw that 4th one, almost threw it. I got worried about my time. Huh! I thought I was doing worse than I did. So that was 3.86. 3.86. So I had a lot of time. I miscalculated my time. I have one round that almost hit the same hole. Let's look at it here real quick. So we're down 2. That's breaking the 10 ring. And 2, 3, 4. So that would be 46 out of 50. 46 out of 50. Okay, so now we're going to the 7-yard line. 7 yard, I have a 3-second par time. 3-second par time. Okay, I'm going to the middle right B8. Tell you, boys and girls, I don't feel like my shooting's very good today. How it is. All right, here we go. 3-second par. Stand by. So I did something I haven't done in a while. I threw it in the 7 ring. My very first or second shot, I forget which, was there. So that was 2.36. 2.36, and I threw a 1. I completely threw it. So let's go take a look. Okay, so this one in the 7 ring counts for nothing. Make sure I got this. So this one in the 7 ring counts for nothing because it's not in the 8 ring. So that's down 10. Ugh, that hurts. Okay, this is 2 right there, 1 and 1, so there's 4. So we're down 10, 11. Those are inside the 10 ring or touching the 10 ring. So I'm down 11, so that's 39 out of 50. 39 out of 50, and the time was 2.36 seconds. Okay, 2.36 seconds. I forgot to write down my time on the last one. The last one was, my last one was 3 and change, whatever it was, 3:96, I don't know. We'll go back and look and fill that in later. Okay, so anyways, 2.36 seconds, 39. Now I'm going to the 5 yards, 5 yards. I have 2 seconds to fire 5 rounds, 2 seconds. Okay, 5 yards, let me take a look at my gun. Man, I'm not getting my left hand, my non-support hand grip well today. Just not. Here we go. Focus on the process. Clear, stab, drive. All right. Okay, here we go. 2 seconds. By the way, if anything is outside the timeline, any shots outside the standard par time is down 10 full points. Even if it hits the X ring, it's down 10. So if it's outside the timeline, we take off your very best shot in there because we're presuming that might be the one. All right, here we go. Stand by. So I fumbled the draw. Everything's in the 10 ring. In fact, 3 are in the X ring, but I'm afraid I should have let that go as an alibi because I fumbled the draw. I'm betting something's outside the 2.24. If you can see it, 2.24. Let me look at the clock. Okay, so 1.98, nope, 1.99 for the 4 shot, 2.24 for the last shot. So splits weren't the greatest, so I'm down 1. We're taking off my very best shot. Man, I should have let that one go. Okay, so we're taking off my very best shot. Let's say it's that one right there. Okay, so that was 2.24, but that's down 10. Everything else is inside. So that is 40 out of 50. 40 out of 50, because boy, I don't know what happened there. I'm not even sure if I moved on that one. We'll find out. We'll find out. Okay, on this one, I'm moving laterally, I'm moving offline in this, okay? So I'm going 3 yards, I have a 1.8 seconds. 1.8 seconds, 5 rounds, and I've got to move offline, okay? All I got to do is vacate my body space. Doesn't matter how far I go, as long as I get out of my body space, which is here. I can go either way, but I got to move offline. All right, here we go. On the beat. 5 rounds, stand by. Stand by. Okay, part time was 1.80 and I got it in 1.67. 1.67. Let me show you the impacts. Okay, so we have 4 in the 10 ring and 1's breaking the line of the 9 ring. So I'm down 49. So I'm down 1. And that was 1.76. Sorry, 1.76. So within par. Okay, so we're down at least 1 here, right? Okay, so let's calculate this up real quick. Out of a possible 300 point. If you can see it, 266, if you can see it. So that's a total of 266 out of a possible 300. And if you notice, I had 1 outside the 8 ring, so that one right there took 10 points away from me, and I had 1 outside the time frame that it was supposed to be. I'm hoping I was moving in this. I think I was, but honestly, I don't even remember now. But if I was moving, and we'll find out in the tape, then I'm down my very best shot because I was outside the time frame. The last one was barely in at 1.99. So I'm losing 10, even though everything was in the 10 or the X. Okay, so a total of 266, possible 266 out of 300, which I tell you is really not that bad. So let me give you the standards for this, or the passing standards for this. So I just look at it as a C in school. For every letter grade, 10% really when you look at it. 10% of 300 would be 30. So a C, a passing grade, minimal passing grade in school is a C, so we'd give that a 210. So if you can pass this with a 210, that's passed. Now, if you want to consider, I would say consider to be a very good shooter, a pretty good shooter, it needs to be a 240 or above. So 210 to 240 would be a C. From 240 to 270 would be a B. Now, I landed at a very top, high end of the B, so I'd say a B++, right? 266 out of 300. A really high end shooter is going to hit a 270 or above. Now, I've been out of practice. It's showing today. I could see it in my own shooting, and today it's just not working for me today. I don't know why it is. I've never broken, I think, 274 on this one. I think that's the best I've ever done. Just the other day I shot this with a bunch of people and I got 256, and today I got 266. So a little bit better. Had I done better things here and there, I would have had a lot higher. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to introduce you to the Defenders USA moving B8 drill. And I'd like to see some of you guys give this a try. I'd love to call out on this one Dave Laird of DCS, or Dynamic Combative Solutions, dcs.training, and I'd say Mike Galick, if I'm saying that right. Mike's become a dear friend recently, and I'd like to see him give it a try on this one too, and see where you guys end up, and do it on camera. All right, thanks for watching. Adam Winch, Defenders USA.